Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Tyson Fury's cousin and trainer finally admits that Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, oh my God, is dangerous in this third fight. Now we talking. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you hit the like button. When you guys put the thumb up on this video, it goes a long way, really, to notify others that the boxing content is fire and informative to help the discoverability. So please throw a like on this video, share the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's get into it. Now you guys see it on the screen. Deontay Wilder is more dangerous than ever. Tyson Fury in the Tyson Fury trilogy, says Coach Andy Lee. Now here's a fun fact. Andy Lee is Tyson Fury's blood cousin. So not only is he his co-trainer, it's his cousin. And I will put the link in the description so you guys can read this for yourself. I will go over the contents. Deontay Wilder will be more dangerous than ever when he faces Tyson Fury in a trilogy bout later this year, according to Fury's assistant trainer and again cousin, Andy Lee. Lee, a former world champion in his own right, joined up with Tyson Fury coaching team that is led by Sugar Hill Stewart ahead of this rematch early last year, and was in the corner when the Gypsy King became a world heavyweight champion again. And the Irishman believes that despite the dominance of his man's last performance, Wilder will have cause to be confident as he prepares for the biggest fight of his career. Speaking after his charge, Paddy Donovan brutally stopped Jose Luis Castillo. Oh, this is on the undercard. So he was at the fight card with Mick Conlon, and he did this interview. He says, and I quote, this is a direct quote in green, "I think it's a very dangerous fight," ex-middleweight champion Andy Lee, who fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. as well, said. "I think Wilder's body will be so fresh, so it's a very dangerous fight." He says Wilder's going to be fresh. Wilder was a dominant WBC champion from 2015 to 2020 when he was stopped by Fury, blah, blah, blah. But he is now entering the trilogy as a hungry challenger, opting not to take a step-aside deal. I don't know why they keep talking about this step-aside deal, to allow an undisputed fight. Bro, the UK media has got to be the worst when it comes to this stuff. Like, they keep perpetuating this step-aside deal, and Frank Warren has already said that the judge ruled. They wasted so much time and resources and money. The judge ruled in favor of Wilder. So conversations were never even had about taking step-aside money or how much. Yet and still, people keep bringing this up and printing it as if Wilder said he wanted step-aside money. The only thing I've seen is Shelly Finkel says he was surprised that the other side wasn't, if they had this, Joshua fight in the bag, he said he was surprised that their side didn't even make an attempt to offer anything. He didn't say that my fighter or our side wanted a step aside. He just said he was surprised seeing how they said they had a $150 million fight in Saudi Arabia that they didn't try to get out of it. And they just, when the judge ruled, they just went with it. So that's the only thing I've seen. Everyone else, from Malik Scott, Wilder, basically, they've all denied that this was never even the conversation. Wilder wants get back. He says Wilder, he's got a lot to prove. Lee said when asked if Wilder would be more dangerous than the previous two bouts in the third, he's going to be very motivated for this fight. The pair were scheduled to square off July 24th, pushed back because of Fury's camp and Rona, allegedly. I don't even believe that. Tyson Fury is not believable. Both Lee and Fury had the virus, but they are now fully recovered and planning on picking up a massive victory October 9th on the newly rescheduled Vegas day. Andy Lee said, "I recently had Rona when I was in America. I was with Tyson Fury and we both got it, and the fight got canceled due to it. I had about 3 or 4 days of being really tired, but I didn't lose my smell or taste. I had no temperature, but it's serious. It's a serious thing and you don't want it. Especially as a sportsman, it would make you have to pull out the fight. Tyson had the same kind of thing as me, and I feel fine. Fury and Wilder's rivalry began in 2018, and that's basically the gist of the article. So Andy Lee admitting to the whole world that his cousin, Tyson Fury, is in a dangerous and very deadly fight. Now, I truly, truly appreciate all the support and love what I do and love my job, because this is where we get to have fun. The great ego Stradamus strikes again. And what I mean is this: if you listen to real life commentary, not hooting and hollering, screaming like Tyson Fury, oh, I'm going to shatter you, I'm going to dent your skull, or John Fury, like, oh, you're getting it, mate, and all this yelling and stuff. But if you listen to someone and it looks like they have something intelligible to say and they're being real, everybody on Fury's side, outside of really Tyson Fury and his dad, are being realistic. Now, speaking of his dad, one has to be very concerned with this alleged Rona pullout and this newfound confidence for Tyson Fury. Many believe that Tyson Fury is a cheater. That just goes without saying. He has a tattered past. He hangs around seedy characters. He's connected with some seedy characters, etc. And his whole Rona story sounds very fishy. Long John Silver's. So people think he cheated, especially in the Wilder fights. You look at Wilder's first fight, and then you look at the second fight, and it looked nothing like the first fight. Now, that would be one thing, just those two fights in a future trilogy didn't look the same. But in addition, it looked nothing like any of Fury's fights. Fury has never went and made someone's ear bleed, had their face look like Emmett Till and lumped up like that. Who has he done that to? And I'm talking about elite level people, right? Because he beat and stopped guys like Derek Chisora via corner stoppage, in-round stoppage. The guy couldn't continue, but he didn't have his face lumped up. He didn't knock him out like David Haye and Klitschko and stuff like that, right? And even Dillian White. Tyson Fury, he really doesn't have the power that they claim he has. And now the chickens have come home to roost. Wilder's hip to Tyson Fury's cheating. I truly believe this. Malik Scott, who's also sparred Tyson Fury, they know the games and the chagrin, and they're coming with their best stuff. You see this picture. This is Wilder a few weeks ago. The man looking sliced. Kimbo sliced. He's in shape. He's ready to go. He's having fun. He's lean as hell. Like, and this is the thing. I know this isn't a bodybuilding contest. I know this. But at the end of the day, we don't have to question Wilder's power. It's not like Tim Bradley and he's just getting ripped up and he has no power. Wilder has power no matter what weight he's ever came in at. He's really hurt every person he's been in the ring with. Luis Ortiz stopped him twice. Tyson Fury knocked him unconscious, even caught him in the second round of the second fight. And Tyson Fury said post-fight, man, you caught me with the big shot. And he said, I felt that. He said that to Wilder in the ring right after the second fight, even though he won that fight. So it's funny. Ego Stradamus strikes again. You could listen to me. You could listen to Team Wilder. You can do whatever you want. Or you could listen to Tyson Fury and his lies, his games, and his dad. You could listen to all that. But shout out to Andy Lee. I think Andy Lee's recent commentary that I've seen has been very, very candid and very, very honest. He says Wilder is more dangerous. And it's so funny that when I say these things on my channel, people say, oh, you're just a Wilder lover and nut hugger and all these names and stuff like that. But Tyson Fury's own cousin is saying the same thing. So for old media, it looks extremely bad when they've tried to paint Wilder out to be this bum, or look at the guy's stick legs and he has chicken legs and he only hit the bench for this amount. They say all this different stuff, right? But at the end of the day, his own team knows that Wilder's a threat. So Tyson Fury, his dad, and Tyson Fury fans, they could say whatever. But when your assistant trainer is saying, hey, Wilder's highly motivated and he's dangerous, then that spells trouble, because it doesn't coincide with the things that are being said from old media. Old media saying Wilder, Tyson Fury has his mojo, and Wilder, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And 10 times out of 10, that's what Tyson Fury said. 10 times out of 10, if they fought, he would win, even though they have a draw. So that's incorrect. But Tyson Fury fans, they listen to the banter from Fury. They listen to the talk and they run with it. But you look dumb. You're not being truthful. His own corner says he's dangerous. Tyson Fury, although he said he's going to do this and that and knock him out and Wilder's a bum, there have been interviews where he says he's not worried about Anthony Joshua and he has to take Wilder extremely serious because Wilder is very dangerous. So at the end of the day, they can say whatever they want. It's like Tupac said, you could tell them people you roll with whatever you want, but you and I know what's going on. You and I know what's going on. So it's hilarious. They know Wilder's dangerous, but it just depends on if they're going to keep it real, keep it a buck, and actually say it. Me, I give you guys my truthful statements. So unlike John Fury and Tyson Fury, I don't got to switch up. I told you Wilder is dangerous in this trilogy. This is the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? Don't count Wilder out. I said this stuff from the beginning. It's John Fury that got to change and said he was worried for Tyson Fury and things could go wrong and it's a mistake and Ben throw away the WBC belt. Now he's acting big and Brody and saying Wilder will be in the ICU. We'll see October 9th. Fury just got to show up. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Gang, gang, we working.